inspired the bowl? I mean, did you have a dream one night or?
No, in the Egyptian teachings and in the Peruvian Katasi teachings, sacred geometry is very, very prominent and really, really important. And they stressed over and over and over again about uh, how important it is to start realizing that all geometrical shapes, two-dimensional or three-dimensional, create frequencies, they create energy flows, and they create patterns. And when you take it from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions, then you get three-dimensional energy flows and patterns. And the energy patterns and the flow of the energy that goes in those patterns with the bowl creates the scalar wave. It's very, very specific.
Yeah, my salad bowl is not going to cut it.
No, you sound bored.
So I know of people who have the bowl. I'm not one of them, but I know of other people who have the bowl who can see the waves. What would they be seeing? What would I be seeing if I could see something?
Patterns of flow. The easiest ones to see are the spirals, and there's a number of them. That's another thing about that particular shape. There are many patterns of energy flow that are existing within the same space. And so as they do that, they refract like they are bumping into the inside wall of the bowl. And just like light hitting a window, some of it is going to refract. It'll bounce off of the window at a particular angle. And it's a well-known thing in science. You can calculate the angle of refraction of anything. So if you just kind of imagine that with all these different energy flows and patterns, it's different kinds of spiraling energies. Some energies are just going straight up or straight down. Most of them are making some kind of a spiral. They're all refracting and bumping into each other and bumping into the wall. And they create a tube, a spiral tube down the center. Inside that very thin tube is the scalar wave.
So cool. So I'm a feeler though, and I can feel it working. Talk maybe about the feel that comes off it, especially when you don't have anything in it or how maybe what happens when there isn't a target in there.
When the bowl is open and empty, as we call it, that means there's no target in there. There are no papers with the different frequencies. That's open and empty. Then the different patterns have a chance to create themselves. It's just nature. The energy's flowing every which way all the time. And any shape is creating different energy flows at different frequencies and, and moving in different directions. And as we do that, it's going to be creating all of these different patterns, the flowing, moving patterns that are interacting with each other and creating that scalar wave. So when there's no target, no information in there, it's totally unhindered. It's making a very strong scalar wave. All the other patterns are able to just fully blossom and just be present. You can feel it you put your hand right over the bowl and go to the outside of the bowl and over it. If you just let yourself feel, you have to, get out of the way of yourself and relax your muscles. Most of the students, when they first do this, they're all tense and they're going like, I don't feel anything. Tense up. you're blocking the signals and you won't feel anything. So you have to really, really relax and breathe real deep, slow, get yourself full of oxygen and let yourself focus. And what you're focusing on is letting your physical senses feel the energies that are there, the patterns. And people have different ways of describing it. They feel the presence of it. They feel it pushing on their hands. They feel something fluffy, smooth. People have a lot of different things that
Fuzzy.
way they try to describe the sensation. It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but it's there and it's quite strong. So one of the fields, the first fields that begins to form when the bowl is open and empty, it's not covered or anything. It's sitting right side up, so the empty part is sticking up. That's when you can feel all those things. One of the patterns that is easiest to perceive is a spiral that's really, really big. Looks like a spiral galaxy. And it comes off the sides of the bowl. So you could perceive it just out from the sides. And it goes and goes and goes and goes. I mean, it just goes, it goes and goes. It's spiraling in towards the center of the bowl. And it's collecting things like negative thought forms. Easy, loose energy that can be collected. It's cleaning up the environment. So all the nasty negative thought forms full of icky, old emotional debris stuff, it just sucks them all up and it disappears them. They pulls them straight into the scalar wave and they are no longer in existence.
So cool.
Yeah. One of the nice things about the galaxy pattern, the spiraling energy field that is sucking up negative thought forms and energies, you have it in your house, whether it's empty and open or whether it's full broadcasting to somebody or in something, it's still creating those same fields. It's still sucking the nasty thought forms out. So we've had a number of people who do counseling, psychiatrists, different doctors, lawyer,
Of course.
have a bowl in their office. We had one clinician that would take, she only had one bowl and she didn't want to be without it. So she'd take it back and forth from home to work every day, travel with it in the car.
So what you're saying is clearing the home or clearing your office or whatever space you are in.
Of all those negative energies, negative thought forms, the old history that may not have been all that nice, it just clears all of that out.
Thanksgiving arguments.
Oh yeah, they just suck it right out.
It does. I'm laughing about it, but I've had 2 Thanksgivings where I've slipped the bowl into the room. Everybody suddenly got along and felt better. People are always saying how good my house feels.